to protect your soul.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
What up, everybody? Sorry for all of this. I have not set everything up yet. This is because I am late, but we are live with NME versus RT1. I'm joined here with Zathos. Zathos, say hello to chat.
Hello, everybody. It's been a little while since you heard my beautiful voice. I have finished university, but it seemed like this season has not finished yet for SLE. So I'm excited to be back, and I'm excited to cast a really big game right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is Red Team 1 versus Negative Mental Energy. So, yeah, big game. Wait, sorry for that. Big game. And I will grab the updated brackets right now, so it is all ready.
As you grab the update, I will tell everybody about these two teams. Both these teams have come very far and have worked very hard to get into this position right now. We have Red Team 1, who I have, I coming in, I believe that they should be the favourites to win this. They have, fought very hard through the gauntlet to get to this stage. They have some very big names here, some people I am quite close to, so I will be voting for them. So I'm expecting you, Dreadpool, to try and be voting for the other team.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, Enemy has shown they can beat Zero, and yeah, Zero didn't have the best running yet. But yeah, RT1 versus Gucci Gaming. That is why they are here. They lost versus Gucci Gaming, so it's going to be an exciting match.
Gucci Gaming has been one of the infamous foes, I will have to say, for RT1. Those two teams, they kind of have a thing like Fnatic and G2, where both teams are usually near the top of the leaderboard. And just going against each other, it seems like Gucci Gaming did win last time. But RT1, they are still a very strong team and do want to try and get back to them to try and fight for the finals.
Yeah, exactly. I am so close on getting the right bracket in. Somehow
It is
it
okay.
is not working.
Take your time, man. Take your time. We're here. We're just relaxing. The game hasn't even started. Yes, but right now, Dreadpool is filling in for who was the aftercaster that's going to come for the game?
Savonix is coming.
Yes, we're going to have the beautiful Southernix with me here right now. But RT1 versus NME, the kind of team comps I would hopefully be looking for out of these teams. It's like a little bit more team fight oriented. This is very simple for teams to pull off, and I believe that comfort is the way to go when you're trying to win. As we are starting to see the is it the bracket showing up now? Are you almost finished?
It should be there, but somehow it is not saving it. It should be there really soon, but I also see 4 hydrates in chat, so you know what to do, right?
Oh, guys, I do not have a beer with me. I do apologize, but I can have some water instead. The beer was all drunk the other night. I had a little bit of a movie night. I had a bit too much fun over there, and too many beers were consumed.
Oh,
but
Oh. Yeah, I
yes, I'm
just
sorry. I'm
opened
sorry.
a can of beer, so
Could you have a drink for me?
yeah, I will. I will.
Uh,
Meanwhile, for the subs in chat, there are new emotes, and one of them is a hydrate emote. So yeah, when there are a lot of hydrates, we spam the hydrate emote.
Sounds good to me. Both teams are getting ready. They are, sorting themselves out, trying to get everybody away from, eating their food, watching, celebrating Eurovision last time as England did come second. I'm very proud of that one, I have to say. It's the best we've ever done. Dreadful.
Nice. Yeah, the Netherlands 11th, not the
We,
best.
yeah, we don't talk about Netherlands, poor team. But both teams have just got into Champ Select right now. RT1 versus NME. We will have to see who's going to win this, as the first ban has come out from RT1, which will be the Swain.
Yeah, and as I said, nothing is correct on the stream right now, but I am fixing it.
It's all good. I will just try and say everything that's happening in the game right now, so then you guys can be up to date. Enemy is looking like they will be banning the Rengar away. Seeming like Rengar's Rengar is something to be feared, getting instantly banned. Enemy must, be trying to take away the power picks from RT1. But RT1 has countered that by banning the Nami. It's looking like they are focusing on banning enemies bot lane right now, so it may be one of their stronger sides of their team.
Indeed. Meanwhile, I'm getting the Lost logo in, and we see a Nami Rumble ban. Okay. Rumble I really like as ban. Nami as
Rumble
well.
Rumble is a champion that not a lot of players know how to play against. It has huge damage when it gets to the overheat. So banning it out, trying to make sure that your top laner has a slightly better time. But Rumble can be flexed to mid and jungle and even ADC sometimes if you do have the Senna to support it.
Yeah, exactly. Wukong ban.
The Wukong
Interesting.
ban has actually been showing up a lot more recently right now. After the change of Wukong allowing his W to jump over walls, it gives him a lot more playmaking ability and a lot more distance that he can catch up to someone to really get his burst combo off
And
and
there we are.
engage.
I fixed everything, so now they can actually see what bans and picks they have. Sorry for that. I am really late with setting everything up.
Yeah, Dreadpool, you literally joined like 5 minutes before we are meant to start up.
Yep. So
Little bit scuffed for now, but we have finally got everything ready. RT1's first pick will be the Karma into enemies trying to pick Nautilus in this. Now, Karma is very good at poking someone out and whittling down the team again, tower plates. But the way you can counter this is by playing Tank on the opposite side of the map, allowing you to really negate the poke that she's doing by playing a safe ADC. But it's looking like they are going for the other strategy of going for a Nautilus Kai'Sa bot lane, trying to get onto this Karma, trying to kill her straight away. We'll have to see what RT1 counters it with.
yeah, just moments away of finding it out.
Now,
I really like the Nautilus Kai'Sa though.
Yes, it's a very strong bot lane. It does look like enemy. It does have a strong bot lane, so we will have to see if they can carry their team. But they did go for a safe pokes lane with the Karma and Zaya. So it's all depending on if they're able to get enough poke off before Nautilus hits an engage. If not, it's healthy enough to hit the engage. They will win that fight. But the third pick for RT1 will be the Victor. It's definitely look they're trying to go for more of a poke comp, as it will be answered by the. Is that going to be a Zeref? That's a champion I haven't seen going around. But no, it's looking like they are trying to come off their mind. The LeBlanc would be good into the Victor. They're trying to have a very hard engage comp. But no,
Exactly.
the Veigar has been picked in.
Oh.
Go for something a little bit more safe, meaning that you really can't engage on NME right now. If you engage, the Veigar cage is just going to come in and you're just not going to be able to move.
Yeah, there's something I already see brewing up here. Like Kai'Sa Nautilus into Veigar cage. Like Nautilus engage Veigar cage. Where are you going? Kai'Sa will one-shot you. But
Yes,
also on
this
the other
is-
side, a lot of poke. Zaya poke, Karma poke, Victor poke.
The thing is, there is not a front line right now for RT1, which it means if Nautilus hooks any of these three champions, they are just going to get absolutely bursted. They're going to win this team fight. So I'm expecting some tanks to be coming out from the side of RT1. But NME is trying to ban out a few frontline champions. The Kled has been banned, stopping them from getting any good engagement to them. And the Gwen top lane has been banned as well. Well, RT1 banned the Ornn, and they're on their last pick right now. And it's looking like it will be the Trundle. Trundle is... Have you seen much Trundle recently?
Yes, I actually have seen a lot of Trundle recently. Like, the power he has with his, would you say pillar?
Yes, it
Or
is a pillar.
traffic cone?
No, come on. We have to call it the traffic cone. Traffic cone just sounds better.
Always traffic cone.
But,
yeah, and of course his speed with the auto attacks. And then you have your ult as well. But yeah, indeed, it is played a lot into Volibear. So, yeah.
Yes, but the Graves has been locked in for the side of NME. I am really enjoying the comp from NME right now. It's easy, simplified, just hard engage. Go in with the Nautilus, have the Veigar cage behind with Kai'Sa and Graves damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I expect, and it's, yeah, what's Seki said in chat, Volibear. And there it is. Trundle has been picked a lot into the Volibear, but now, yeah, no Trundle, so you pick a Volibear. What do you pick into the Volibear? That's the question.
The Graves can be flexed right now to the top lane or the jungle, so anything could happen into this Volibear. But the Volibear is picked with a Gnar to go with it as well. And this comp, I'm not sure how I feel about the RT1 comp.
Ooh, I think it's really exciting. Gnar split pushing with the Volibear tank and Karmazaya Victor just poking and wave clearing. I think, yeah, there's a lot of potential there.
There definitely is a lot of potential into this. Now, we do have to see what the final pick for NME is. This could be the jungle or the top lane. The Jace is getting hovered, a decent pick into the Gnar top lane.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it is getting changed for a Tryndamere just at the end right near. Psych with heavy split pushing pressure. Now, it can get onto the Gnar quite easily if it has a longer lane to go against him in. The reason for this is he gets him to have the little chicken on top of his head. He slows so much with his dash with his E and the Gale Force. He just can't escape on the Gnar.
Okay, it is time to try this out. It is possible there is a black screen coming up, but yeah, I'm just gonna try it.
We will have to see. Well, worst case, we'll just have to talk over it.
Right now, nothing is happening. So, then it's not working. That is
What's
sad.
this league broadcast? I'm actually quite curious on this.
Yeah, that's something I'm trying to implement, and you will actually see it within game, and it is
Ooh.
amazing.
Okay. Everybody, you will just have to wait and see. What I'm seeing on my screen right now is League Broadcast. Seems to be a new program that Dreadpool is trying to use. Damn, this is some actual real cool stuff to it. Right now, both teams are just setting up in actual Champ Select, just picking in their characters they are going to be playing. It is looking like the Gnar will be staying top lane, and we will have the Volibear jungle.
Yep, and the Graves against it. So yeah, Graves has a really healthy clear though. Does the Volibear has a healthy clear?
Both characters are known for being very strong in the jungle. Graves is a little bit more of a farming type jungler compared to the Volibear. So we have to see if Volibear is able to do anything in this lanes.
Okay,
Volibear should...
Savage in chat said comp-wise, enemy comp seems to too difficult to execute. And yeah, I can see what he's saying. You have a Tryndamere who wants to split push all game, so yeah, you dump him on top of every time. And basically your whole comp is surrounded around your Nautilus and Veigar.
Yes, that is true. They do seem to have a comp which is mismatching slightly right now. With the Veigar, with the Nautilus, and the Kai'Sa always want to engage, always wanted to fight. But they do have good scaling as well, though. The Tryndamere and Veigar late game will be massive threats into the enemy, able to burst someone in the late game.
Yeah, definitely.
But we will have to see. It's all up to the players what they want to do with these comps. But is there a comp you prefer, Dreadpool?
Um, just purely looking at the champions, I hate playing against Karma. So I put my vote on NME because I just like to see Karma destroyed. And it's just personal preference. I like to play Alistar, like to play engaged champs, and if you just play against Karma, you get poked out too much. So I want to
Now,
see Dim Sum and Shikorian dumpster this Karma, but they have to be careful.
they do have to be careful. Karma is a very strong champion in the early game, like you said before. But with the Nautilus, if he is able to take Demon Dematerializer, he will be able to get through the early game, able to pick up his cannon minions, able to get enough farm. And when they reach level 6, they have a massive threat onto this Karma. Karma doesn't have many escape tools onto a Nautilus with the ultimate and the Kaiser with the ult as well to get onto him.
True, true. But yeah, did you know Karma Q only costs 40 mana?
No?
It is only 40 mana. At least that is the last time I checked. Which is absolutely crazy, and that is also one of the reasons I don't like her. And I always permaban her. But
But
what do you expect to happen in the early game?
well, in the early game right now, I would expect the Bully Bear to be the one to really dictate how this game is going to go. It's all down to him if he wants this to be going, make it a very high impact game. If he wants to farm and allow his team to scale as well, it could be quite a boring game. I'm expecting him to be focusing this bot side or the mid lane, because if you're able to get this Xayah or Victor ahead, they should be able to take over this game. Because if he's able to get this bot lane at least 1 or 2 kills, he can consistently keep tower diving it with the Victor.
Yeah, exactly. And right now I'm just swapping screens, so you can
Okay.
actually see the broadcast I'm doing.
That would kind of be helpful, wouldn't it?
And especially with once I use League Broadcast, it will help you a lot. So let's see how it
It may,
goes.
yeah, for everybody in chat, it may be a little bit scuffed right now, but you just have to wait for next season. Everything we're trying here right now is going to be benefiting the next season. Many things are going to be getting put in place for next season to make it an even, better broadcast. I would say a little bit more refined, a little bit, what would you say, a little bit less scuffed.
Yeah, like more a step towards more professional. I would like to say that. But the best thing about League Broadcast, the thing you will see in a few moments, it all goes automatically. So it
Automatically.
takes the timer from game, it takes the score from game, it takes the gold from game. I can show you the XP per player. Last time I checked, the CS per minute did not work, which is quite weird. But
That's okay.
I can show you the gold difference between teams. And from all the graphics that I use, I could change them into something for the SLE.
Well, we will just have to see. Well, we have plenty of time in between the seasons for you to try something with it and see if anything will work out.
Yeah, exactly. And right now we're only 30 seconds away of jumping into game. That means we will go into the skin game. Who
The
do you
skin
think
game.
who do you think will win the skin game?
Well, it's hard to call. It's hard to call. It depends. Who do you think has the bigger bank account? That's really what you're asking me.
No, what champion could have the best skin? That is more the question.
Or I do love, the police volley bear. That is one of my
Oh,
favorites, I have to say.
I would agree with that. Um, yeah, astronaut, Nautilus, perhaps.
I do like a flying Nautilus here every once in a while. Does bring me a bit of joy.
Okay, I'm just swapping scene, so League is waiting for itself, and we are waiting on League, so that's all good.
A beautiful game, isn't it?
Okay,
Beautiful
I
indie
don't know
company.
why I got that pop up, but okay, this should be here. This is on. So make it smaller and enjoy. Yeah, okay. Astronautless, that one is it. Okay. I love the Lagoon Dragon Kaisa.
Let me take a look. Give me 1 second.
Cosmic Dusk Zaya is good as well. And Tranquility Dragon Karma is also really good. So you have Lagoon Dragon Kaisa and Tranquility Dragon Karma against each other.
So who wins for you? Who wins the skin game?
Ooh, that is rough to say, but I will go for Enemy.
Enemy. I would have to agree with you there. I think Enemy does have the better skins right now, but the problem is both teams don't really have too many combos on the skin. That is one thing I always look for in the skin game. Who has the most amount of combos? But everybody, we are almost into game. Who do you want to win? Do you want to win Enemy or do you want RT1 to win? Put your votes in now. It will be a best of 3, so we'll have to see who will be coming out on top. This is our first game.
Yeah, I also did not have time to put on a prediction, so I will just do it now before we jump into start the timer. Will RT1 win or will Enemy win? You have 10 minutes to predict in chat. Okay, sound. There. And apparently I went back here, so. And there we go. Look at this.
Okay, all right. It's cleaner. It's cleaner. I do agree. Good job, Dreadpool. We're getting there, aren't we?
Yep.
Oh, and I'm able to see it at the same time as you guys. I don't think you understand. Production has just gone up tenfold right now. But as we get into game, it's looking like it's going to be a simple 5-point from all the teams. Karma is going for something interesting. Karma has only got, well, has 0 health pots right now, but did put down a control ward. It's looked like enemy Shakuran, hopefully I said that name correct, is able to take it out right there. Now, mean that it's actually pretty detrimental for Karma right there. Trying to get the control ward down, but, you know, not having any HP pots now.
Yeah, basically you put on 75 gold for a control ward. You lost the control ward, giving 30 to the opponent, and you gain 10 for yourself. So
It just
I wouldn't
doesn't
say
seem
worth.
worth. It is definitely not worth it. It does allow her to get her support items slightly faster. She did also start the Oracle Lens, so she's able to sweep out anything. So we may see some interesting gags coming out from Rengo on the Volley Bear. We'll just have to see, but it's looking like Rengo will be going from a bottom to top side clear, trying to focus around this Gnar, while we see Graveside from top to bot, trying to focus around this bot lane.
Apparently people can't hear me. But that is all to do with my mic. I have a really crappy mic. So Sovanix will join in soon.
It's all, guys. I will try my best to solo cast this as much as possible for you. Is this the lower bracket semi-finals?
Quarterfinals.
Okay, this is the lower bracket quarterfinals. So it's still a very important game, so I will try my best right now. We really have to look at this bot side right now. We can already see poke coming from the side of RT1 as all 3 lanes do have more pressure in the early game because of their range advantages. But it does look like level 2 did come over to enemy first, giving them slightly more pressure, allowing them to poke out right now. But the early game should be quite simple for both of these teams. Hey, did you see what Seiji put into chat for you?
I will buy him a new one for next split. Nice.
Mate, Dreadpool, maybe you can join me on the casting desk a little bit more then if you have a slightly better mic.
Yeah, exactly.
But Volley Bear is still pathing to the top side as the Graves is pathing to bot lane. Now, right now, you can see that the poke is coming out, and it's just so strong from the side of RT1, as the hook does miss from Dim Sum. Some of these names are quite interesting, I do have to say, from the side of both teams.
Yeah, I would love this. I would love some dim sum.
Well, you'd love to be called Dim Sum.
No, I want some dim sum.
What's Dim Sum?
It's food.
Wait, let me search this up. I need to know now. Describe it to me.
Can I describe it to you? Wait, give me a moment.
as you get that up right now. There is a fight in the bot lane right now. There is a 3 versus 3 as Kai'Sa flashes just after getting the kill right now. RT1 Flow did get the first blood in the game, getting 400 gold into his pocket and stopping Graves, giving him a double buff as well. This bot lane is catastrophic from the side of NME right now, as Volibear is going for a gank in the mid lane right now. Base looking like nothing will go. Hook does land in the bot lane. Dim Sum is going in. Ortega, one hit. Flash comes out from Kai'Sa, who's going to take these feathers come in right now. The exhaust comes out, and it's looking like it's going to be a 2-for-1 to the side of NME. Really bringing it back after the first blood going over to RT1.
Oh my god, what the hell is happening? It's 2-2 and we're only 4 minutes in. That is absolutely madness.
Dim Sum, you know, the food, it just wasn't, it does something to the man. We start talking about food and he starts engaging and popping off on it.
Yeah.
Dim Sum does look pretty good.
Oh, you looked it up. Okay, perfect. Because I couldn't find a way to describe it towards you, but right.
For everybody that doesn't know, it's basically just a dumpling with different things in it. It looks vegetarian. I don't know. It looks pretty good.
Well, you could make it with meat. Could make it vegetarian.
You can make it with many different things. But Drake is about to spawn right now, so I'll have to see if any teams are going to be looking for it. Volibear is pathing towards the bot side with a bot lane pushing in as well, so maybe we'll be looking as there's a small engage into the mid lane. But no, with the double jump, is able to escape right now. And it's looking like Fabulous on this Tryndamere is just winning this lane right now with so much healing coming out from his W.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah. But look at this bot lane. Saya, Karma have priority over the lane, so there is no chance that enemy can walk away with the dragon.
Veigar is getting the ward down to try and spot out if anything is happening. Is not able to spot out anything so far, but he will be able to spot if dragon is going to come up. Volibear is looking to start it right now. As the bot lane is in an even state, he has to decide between ganking right now or going through it. Nautilus is in no man's land. He does still have the hook. Is he able to do anything? He's getting CC'd right now. Hook comes through. Is he able to escape? Flash is still on Rengo, but he barely escapes. The big thing that didn't go the way of RT1 right there was Flo wasn't able to hit 3 feathers on him to stun him. Enemy is over the wall right now. He is looking. Shakiran is with him right now. He has been spotted. They are looking for the ADC of T1 right now, but he's on his own right now. Enemy is just not on the same page, so RT1 is able to take down the jungler for the second time side of Enemy, securing first straight, which will be the Infernal.
Yeah, and you know it. If you take the dragon down, there you go.
It's looking like RT1
I meant
is
jungler,
really
sorry.
strong.
If
So
you take
good,
the
it's so
jungler out,
good.
no smite, so free objective.
Smite is still up for Rengo as right now it is defeated. And guys, do you see that? That is even more stuff that looks slightly more professional than before. What can we say? SLE, we're the best around.
It said Elder Dragon.
Look, look, man, I'm trying to hype you up as much as possible.
I'm just, I don't know what's happening.
It's all good. It's all good. We're here for a bit of fun. This whole entire tournament's for a bit of fun. So, you know, a bit of scuffed is always meant to happen every single game.
Yeah, I also saw the interface of the map. It wasn't right, so I need to find the right setting for that.
Rengo, hear me out, man. How about before next well, maybe not next game, but next games that we get a break from, we'll try and sort out to make everything a little bit more streamlined. As there is an engage on the mid lane, huge poke coming out on Slavion, as there's a hard engage as well in the top lane. Like Enemy is losing in the mid lane, but is winning in the top lane. It's really a brawling game right now, with 3 kills over to RT1 and 2 over to Enemy.
Okay, let's pull out the first thing. The experience stat per player.
Oh, guys, look, so professional. What can we say? We're here right now. But on the XP right now, we can see that the mid laner for the side of RT1 is almost level 8. So much further ahead than anyone else in the game.
Yeah, there we go. Victor will hit level 8.
That's his stats coming out right now. But it's looking like RT1 has put their support up near the top lane right now to try and get this Rift held. It's looking like NME is going to try and contest this, but they are just too late. The Graves isn't here right now, but they could be getting engaged on very, very soon. Veigar is moving up. Same with Zyra as well, but it's looking like it will just be safely taken over to RT1. NME is just behind on the plays right now.
Yeah, exactly. And just 3-2, both 80 carries, all kills. You can't have it better.
You cannot have it better right now. 3 kills over to the 80 carries. It's looking like it's going to be an 80 carry focused game right now. As the other lanes really haven't had too much action. They have a few brawls between each other, a few plays that, have come really close to killing each other, but nothing's happened so far as Nautilus is looking for this mid lane right now. 4 players as the cage does land. He does have flash to get out of this, and he just flashes out to safety.
Yeah, good flash by him. Like, it is really important to be safe there. Look at the Gnar. He doesn't have ult, but the damage is insane.
He does get the ultimate out from the Tryndamere right now, meaning that Fufu Lufa will be having pressure off this lane for the next minute and a half, as it will be on cooldown.
Yeah, let me just quickly check the timing. Yeah, it's about 2 minutes still. So
Okay. Another engage on the mid lane. This was so smart from the side of NME. They were able to get his flash out on the first 4-man mid lane, allowing the Graves to come in slightly later on with the Veigar cage coming in again, allow them to just get a free kill onto, we'll just call him Yomi, because is that Sverdilaka Yomi?
yeah,
Some of these.
he is known as Yomi, so you
Okay,
can just call him Yomi.
Sounds good to me right now. But yeah, I'm expecting maybe a few more ganks onto the mid lane, because Veigar is very easy to set up these fights, as the Umbral Glaive has been finished onto Looney right now, giving him a huge damage spike and able to clear wards a lot more efficiently right now.
Okay, yeah, just like, let's take a look at the gold tab.
On the gold tab right now, we do see that both 80 carries are the strong parts of their team right now, with RT1 Flow having just slightly more gold than Shuriken on the Kai'Sa right there, but dragging behind is both junglers for the sides, with around about 3.8k on both junglers.
Yep. Okay,
Yes.
and let me check if the CS per minute works. Oh, it works! Just look at
Oh.
the beauty.
Wait, one interesting thing about it right now is we do have an engage on the top lane right now. There is no ult from the side of the Tryndamere, but it's looking like poke is just coming out right now. RT1 Ortega looking a little bit out. And how does that hook hit? The ult comes out from RT1 Flow as the volley bear does come in. It's a 2v1 right now. Are they able to change this? Are they able to come back from this? Exhaust does come out onto the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa are out as well. They just don't have enough damage as the Veigar's coming down. It's looking like it's going to be devastating from the side of RT1. It's going to be a 3-0 right now if they're able to get this kill. And this is going to be Drake.
Beautiful. Beautiful, man. And the last one. Oh, look at the gold difference, though. Just
The
look
goal
at it.
difference. Now, the reason that RT1 was able to stay up was because of their CS numbers. Their CS numbers were just higher than the rest of the team of the side of NME. They seem like they are just able to farm slightly better. But with fights like that, it doesn't even matter if you're able to farm more. Tryndamere does have ultimate up again right now, so it will be going to the side of Fabelo. He's going to be slightly stronger in this lane right now.
It still says Elder Dragon.
If everybody could do a favor and close one of their eyes or put their hand over the screen so it just says dragon defeated, would definitely help us out right here.
I'll take it.
The Rift Herald has been dropped into the mid lane right now, trying to funnel some more gold into the mid laner of the side of RT1. This Victor, he is getting very close to his first item. He does need 2 items to be able to deal huge damage in team fights, so we've still got a long time to go until he's able to deal huge damage.
Yeah, exactly.
It's looking like Shakuran is getting caught out right now. The Karma Q does come out dealing huge damage. And the shutdown does go over to the Karma, which isn't good for the side of RT1. You did want this onto the volley bear, able to get him to finish his first item, able to get him to make a few more plays on the map to get your ADC slightly further ahead.
Ooh, but
And look at that gold graph. It's looking like RT1 is trying to make it back as there is a 3-man dive in the top lane right now. There is no E on the Nard right now. He does have flash though, but there's so much CC from the side of NME. The ult does miss from Graves, but it's looking like he will be getting taken down by Fabulous as his ultimate comes out. But on the opposite side of the map right now, we do have to see that the Xayah is getting tower plates in the bot lane, trying to trade as much as possible. But it's a worthwhile trade for NME.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
what the hell was that?
NME did make a very good play in the top lane right now. It's looking like they have reset. First tower does go over to the side of RT1, so it wasn't the worst trade in the world for them. We still have 2 minutes 50 until
with Kraken
Dragon
Slayer.
is spawning. And Kraken Slayer has been finally purchased on the side of RT1 Flow. This is going to be massive for the next team fights right now. He's going to be able to shred through this lane right now. So if they're trying to look for any fights right now, they have to make sure that that ADC is with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Herald has just spawned, so we'll have to see if they are looking for that, any of the teams. It's looking like we are seeing Red side trying to position themselves over there while clearing some wards. Volibear's looking for something. It's just a contestant for vision. It's looking like they are trying to go for this mid lane tower. Nautilus does have ultimate right now. He may be looking. Just a little bit of poke from both teams, nothing too big. And they've been contesting all of these words for so long. The ultimate does come out from the Gnar. He's trying to get hard burst onto this top laner. Remember, there is no ultimate from the side of Fabulous.
Oh, that
Bas-
damage. That's insane. It was half HP for one combo for one. Wow.
That is huge damage, as you said before. Now, it has been finished on the side of the Veigar right now. His first item, he does have the Everfrost, giving his team a little bit more CC, allowing his team to get onto a play right now. It's all about NME bursting a champion in his team fights. They want to win it.
Yeah, also Yomi just hit level 11 first of the game.
Yomi has had so much time in the mid lane alone. There's been so many ganks in the mid lane of NME that they've taken a lot of XP away from the side of Savorin, allowing Yomi to get an XP lead on him. But Fabulous has also ticked over to level 11 right now, as there is a small engage in the top lane right now. W still hasn't come out from the side. Ultimate is still out. He's going for it. He's trying to push him down as much as possible, and that is just the power of this Tryndamere top lane. If you give him a little bit too much space in the lane against you when he has Ghost, you are going to be one dead top laner.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Right now, we do see the Gold League right now. Flo has done a very good job at keeping up right now, but Shivoken, Fabulous, and Looney are just creeping up behind him, being very close. As a hook does come out onto the Volibear. Volibear does have ultimate. He goes in, he gets the R off. The R comes out from the side of Xayah as well, and it's looking like that's one dead team on the side of RT1 as they get caught out as well. The cage does come out. Flash comes out from Flo. Flo, is he able to do anything right now? It's looking like it's not going to be anything as Tryndamere is coming to the side. And this Drake should be going to the side of NME.
It says Elder Dragon defeated.
I didn't want to comment on it. Do you wanna can you tell me why? Can you tell me why that showed up?
No, I can't.
Oh, guys, I swear, we tried our best. We're trying our best to make this as least scuffed as possible. But huge items again finished on the side of NME right now. Top laner finished his Gale Force, while the Graves right now has finished his Eclipse. RT1 with their pressure right now as everyone back on the side of NME. They are going to pick up this second Rift Herald. But we want to see where they're going to place this. I'm expecting it to be the top tier turret, trying to get 2 hits off it on it. And look at that gold graph as well. It's like a roller coaster. The cage does land. Huge damage from Slaveron. Basically, you're one-shotting. How do I explain the Baron play one? Dreadful.
I don't know, mate.
Dreadful, I'm not sure what you're expecting from me. I'm trying my best, but I can't when just... I'm trying to talk about a team fight, and then just a Baron power play just comes up. Baron hasn't even spawned yet, man.
It's the heralds.
Kill me now. But there is a fight in the bot lane right now. Fifi Lufa has hit most of his skill shots right now. The flash comes out from him, and that is one dead Shakurin. This does show the sad truth of an ADC life, I have to say. You try and fight anyone in this game, and you'll most likely die.
Yeah, indeed. But
Imson
I will
could
jump
income.
into the league broadcast files to find out why it is showing this. So
That's okay. You put on your glasses and you become a smart man for a second. Try and figure that out. While that is happening, some wards are getting cleared. Baron will be spawning in the next 45 seconds. NME is winning all of these team fights right now, so we'll have to see if they're going to try and go for anything around this Baron to try and push their lead. But it looks like Graves is just trying to steal a bit of farm from the side of RT1.
yeah, I'm just cycling through right now.
It's all good. Like I said, take your time, take your time. It's looking like both teams are just trying to farm up, waiting for the next dragon. Two dragons are on the side of enemies, so it really does need to get contested from the side of RT1 in the next dragon fight, because if you get onto Soul Point, it's going to be a big issue. But it's looking like Fifi, Lufa, Rengo, Yumi, Flo, and Ortega are looking for this Baron right now, trying to get more pressure on it. They do have the farm as they do engage onto the Victor right now. Victor barely survives. The cage does come out. R comes out from the volley bear. He's trying to one-shot this ADC, but he's just not able to. And RT1 Flow showing the damage he does have when he gets onto this, as another engage does happen onto the bot lane. Fabulous does have ultimate. This is very scareful for Fifi Lufa. He has to play this very slowly. And the ultimate is not clicked from Fabulous, allowing Fifi Lufa to win the fight. This is massive for RT1, bringing them back into the game. The Rift Herald has been spawned as well, trying to get maybe 2 towers here. Shakurin is the only player on the side who's trying to defend this tower. He could get tower though, so he needs to be very, very careful right now. Second tower hit does land. They are trying to get through, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. The only thing that came out good from this for NME is they're able to get the mid lane tower, trying to open up the map a little bit more. But if we can look at the goal graph right now, you will see a massive shift going to the side of RT1, bringing them back into the game. And with a Drake coming up in 1 minute, they should be able to take this fight and maybe even win it.
Hello, hello.
Oh, hello, good sir. You have missed out on one of the most interesting casts I've ever had.
Yeah, it seems to be a little bit. Well, I don't know if RT1 were considered favorites here, but I mean, being the Division 1 team, you can imagine so. And seems to be like NME have control of this game at the current moment, which is a interesting
RT1
twist.
did just win a big team fight as Rengo does click over to that level 11 just before this Drake is spawning. It's looking like RT1 is in a worse position as NME do have control over this Dragon Pit. It does look like the Chemtech has been used from Rengo to get them into this, and it's looking like NME is just giving up this side from right now, as they don't have their top laner and don't have that ADC. They do get stunned up right now. Is he going to die? And he gets bursted down 1-for-1 right now. RT1 Flow has huge damage. The flash comes out right now, and he gets another kill. That is 2-for-2 right now. NME does have 3 very strong players up right now. It could go either way still. No junglers are up right now.
Yeah, interesting. Rengo gets caught there, going for a ward, going for vision. Flow being able to burst out so much damage onto enemy there. Not sure if that's going to change the outcome of this Drake, as does seem like it's going to be sort of held out, not contested, but stalled in a certain way. I'm very interested in the itemization coming out from Veigar here. It's going straight for Rabadons, it seems. No other utility items. I think being 4 kills on a Veigar against a Victor, going to do some, and going to see his damage here.
Huge damage is coming out right now. You can just see the huge damage. Rengar, does he have it? No, he does not. As Fifi Lufa does have ultimate right now. We'll have to see if he's able to do anything. But he has just been poked out. Enemy has so much pressure over this. But Rengo is back right now. He does have smite. We'll have to see if he's able to steal anything. But all 5 players for Enemy are here. The TP does come out from the side of Fifi Lufa. He is behind him right now. As the ultimate comes out, the dragon has been killed from the side of Enemy. As it's just huge damage coming out. Fifi Lufa does not have ultimate right now. He gets engaged from the hook, does come out onto Flo right now, killing him as well. And Yuumi is running for the hills, trying to escape this team. This could be Baron as well. Enemy Fabulous is trying to go for him, but nothing is happening. And what a fight from Enemy. That fight lasted for a solid 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Both these teams were trying everything they can to win it.
Has a big fight. Enemy come out on top, and I don't know if you saw a few mechanical misplays there. Rengo a bit late onto the entry into the Drake, and Flo stepped in the cage and then gets hooked by Dim Sum. Big hook coming in from Dim Sum, hooking the RT1 ADC, and that's going to be the Baron going over to Enemy Division 2 team, showing up strong in playoffs.
Enemy is definitely showing why they can compete with Division 1 teams right now. They have many standing gold things to get right now. It is looking like Yuumi is trying to get a tower right now, but he is not able to do it. Look at this. They can get, 3 outer towers right now. If they are able to get minimum that, this game is really looking their way as they have 3 Drakes as well.
Yeah, especially with that soul point coming in. Ocean Soul with a Veigar Kai'Sa, it's going to be tough to deal with. Scaling on the Victor though is definitely something Enemy does need to respect. It has fantastic wave play. They do have the Baron buff, so that's going to be negated for a period of time. Drake Soul points are going to be contested in around 3 minutes and a half. And I can't help but say that if Enemy secure that Drake Soul, it's going to be close to impossible for RT1 to turn this back around.
I would completely agree with you there. I have to say, it's looking like Fifi Lufa is using his ultimate to try to clear this wave. This is really what you have to do on the side of RT1. Clear these waves, make it safer for yourself, and just survive this Baron. You lost a fight. You know that you aren't stronger than them in team fights, and you just really have to try and not bleed as much gold as possible for the next 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, Red Team 1 going to be relying on their main man on the ADC position, Flo, to really carry them in these fights. I think this Victor is just so far behind on the Veigar, and we know Veigar infinitely scales, so you're not going to outscale the Veigar. And that being said, a lot of pressure on Flo here, but he does have the tools. He is strong. He hasn't gone for the lethality Zaya, so a lot of auto attack damage is going to be his focus for these fights. Whereas for the Victor, this is looking like a rough game for him. It's going to be hard for him to do anything significant in these fights, especially considering he is quite short range.
2 people are in the cage right now. And look at that damage from Looney. We were saying that this jungler needs a little bit of time to farm up, needs a little bit of time to grab his lethality, to get into that. And he just almost 100 to 0 with just his ultimate. As the hook does land right now, huge fight is coming out. And Fifi Lufa just gets ulted right now. This is why we are seeing the Revenant's Death Cap coming out right now. This is why we are seeing just this team absolutely dominate. The ultimate is coming out from Kai'Sa. The stopwatch does come out. Yuumi is almost dead right now. The Undying Rage as well. Just Flo isn't able to do enough for his team. This Kai'Sa just doesn't have enough damage. My apologies, not Kai'Sa. This Zaya just does not have enough damage.
Yeah, Ortega getting caught, like just absolutely one-shot by the Graves there. The Graves ultimate taking him out completely, and that just meant it was a 4v5 scenario, and with Fifi Lufa just whiffing the Gnar ultimate whilst being in the cage, that meant that RT1 was left with nothing to do, and down goes the inhib on top side. Enemy looking really strong, very clean play. Punishing the mistakes of RT1, which, when you look at a Division 1 team up against a Division 2 team, usually goes the other way around, but Enemy looking like almost looking like the more veteran side in comparison to RT1 here.
It does look like that. It's looked like they're a little bit more chillaxed, a little bit more relaxed now. They got into the game. They know what they're doing. One thing they did do, which I really liked, on their way out from the inhibitor, they did take all of the blue side away from Enemy, and they have all just reset, getting ready for this Drake right now, which is up in 40 seconds. If they get this Drake right now, it is basically over from the side of RT1s. They have to contest this.
Really smart, I want to point out, from Enemy to go for that top side push, because that means that RT1 is going to have to send Yomi onto that top wave to deal with those super minions, and I mean, he's going to have to teleport in order to respond to any sort of fight rather than being there, being ready to get that mid priority before they enter into the objective. As we see the teleport coming down into the bot tower. Oh.
Okay, they are looking for Fifi Luffy right now. He does not have ultimate. He doesn't have any CC to grab him right now. Flo is trying to look. Flo has been engaged on right now. It's looking like nothing comes out as we do see Ortega get absolutely sniped. Kaiser does go onto Flo right now, and Flo is down. The main carry is down for RT1, and it's looking like that is going to be a 3-0 from the side of Enemy. When you have a 10k gold lead, maybe even more right now, you just can't lose these fights.
So this is exactly what I was just talking about there. You have to send the Victor into top, which means he can't get that priority in the mid lane. Nara does not have the best wave clear in comparison to a Vega Kaiser. Nara can't get that mid priority in time. They get caught on the mid wave. Dragon Soul over to Enemy.
Yes, this is going to be the Dragon Soul right now. There is only one inhibitor down from the side of RT1. They are not 100% out of this, but they are going to be having an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Expecting Enemy to be going for this bot lane towers right now, trying to get the last little bit of outstanding gold right now, waiting for the next Baron. And after next Baron is going to be just almost an impossible game for RT1 to come back from.
Yeah, I mean, you say they're not out of it, and I think there are definitely ways for them to win this, but it's like probably, I'd say, a 5% chance of them winning this from this point. They're going to want to look for a Miracle Engage. They're going to want to look for a Victor Scaling, which will probably take a much longer time, or maybe even a lucky Elder Steal into a big team fight. But as you see Ringo in the mid lane.
Is trying to engage. He does get the flash out from the side Shakira, but just the damage is just too much from Looney right now. Just look at the huge damage coming out. He is stunned though, but nobody has damage to do against him. And it was a good attempt, but the team just wasn't able to follow up fast enough. They just don't have enough damage. When you're almost 10k go behind, there's just not much you can do as they're barreling down this mid lane with the Tryndamere in the side. That was a 4 versus 5, and they could still do that.
Yeah, exactly. And like in most games, a Volibear catching onto the Kai'Sa like that is huge, especially at this point in the game. But they're just so far behind. They can't capitalize on Rengo's good catch, and Enemy actually get an inhibitor off of that. And don't know if you saw the damage coming out for the Graves, but
it's definitely scary, I have to say. They do get the inhibitor in the mid lane, making 2 down, and they are trying to finally look for this third inhibitor. Fifi Lufa does have ultimate. He does use it right now, but none of his team is able to catch up. They do get the hook onto Rengo right now, and that is one dead Volibear.
yeah.
The hook comes out.
Oh my
Huge
lord.
damage. Now that is the power of the Graves when it gets to the late game right now. And all of RT1 is running for the hills. They are trying to go anywhere that isn't where Enemy is right now. They are trying to look for the finish right now. They do have a minion wave with them. RT1 needs to clear this minion wave to have any chance of saving this game. Ortega has been ulted right now into this cage, but doesn't have enough damage. As we get bursted from Civilian. It looks like Yumi's 2 items really can do something for this team, but they're just so far behind. It just does not matter anymore. Fifi Lufa does have ultimate right now, but none of his team's able to follow up as they're hitting the Nexus right now. Big ultimate coming out, killing 2 people, but it just does not matter as Enemy take first game.
Yeah, a little too late, Victor. We saw the damage coming out from Victor towards the end there, and it was pretty solid, but Enemy, which is pounding on the Nexus, and I mean, I didn't catch the early parts of the game, but the latter stage of that game looked so dominant from Enemy. I didn't quite catch, you know, how RT1 managed to fall behind and how they managed to put themselves in that deficit. But big shout out to Enemy. This is I believe, the first time a Division 2 team has won a Game 1 against a Division 1 team, especially RT1 of all of them. I think a lot of people coming into this series had RT1 as their favorites. Everyone except Enemy, and Enemy proving their point.
It was definitely a game we weren't expecting Enemy to win, but they have come here with vengeance. They came from the bottom bracket and won every single game up until now. So it's not unexpected to see a team of their caliber beating a Division 1 team. Hopefully we will be seeing them in Division 1 next season if they do well enough here.
Yeah, I mean, I think Enemy definitely have good players on their team. Shikiorin has shown fantastic carry potential. This game he was incredible, and Slavorin on the Vega outperforming Yomi, I would say, doing a lot more damage in these fights. Those cages, catching the volley bear, catching the Zaya, key targets, and I don't know if it was just a champion sort of like inability to play against the champion from RT1, but it didn't look like they didn't really know what to do against the Vega. And even giving Graves over to Looney. Looney is, known for his Graves. It's probably his best champion, has shown fantastic capabilities on it. He's able to get in the first game of this important playoff game. Personally, I'm surprised with the result, but after watching the way NME played, it's I guess not a surprise, but it's more like what's the word? What word am I looking for? Oh, my mind's gone blank. Anyway,
it's all good. Don't worry. This stream has already been scuffed enough. Forget words is only what we expect.
Honestly, it was really hard to cast when you just come in halfway through a game.
I've done it many times, my man. You get used to it. But what I do have to say is it's very unlucky for RT1 to lose the first game, but their comp was very hard to execute. Yeah. But we do have another minimum 1 game to go because it is a best of 3. We are going to go to a break, but RT1 versus NME will be coming up in just about 5 minutes. We will see you then. Savonix, don't worry about it, man. I've done that so many times.
Holy shit. This felt so awkward to go in and try to talk about the game and you're like, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Oh no, don't worry. I had no idea what the fuck was happening. I don't know about the teams or anything. Do you know how painful this is?
It looks pretty crazy though.
Yeah, no, it was fun to cast. I was just sitting there I haven't casted in 2 weeks because I'm just finishing university. I was DMing people just before this, as Dreadful just said 5 minutes before you're going live in a minute, and I'm like, huh? So yeah.
Oh, apparently they can still hear us, by the way. Yo, what's up, stream?
town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are about to get into the second game of this series as NME lead 1-0 against RT1. Now, I do want to talk about RT1 and what I would say what they would need to do going into the second game in order to bounce back from the defeat. I really think they just need to be focusing on putting together a team comp that is simple to execute. The last series that they had against my boys in the Gucci.
Gucci gang!
Shout out to the Gucci gang! Anyway, think they showed like they were missing their bot lane star in Flow. Now he's back. He showed a decent game there, and they probably want to put towards more attention in the bot lane. Against Gucci, they played around mid. They played around top lane ganks onto the mid lane, and that didn't work. And we see here, I think when I came in, we saw Yomi 0-3 to a 4-0 Veigar. It might be worth just putting Yomi on something that can just survive, get through the lane phase. You don't need to be strong. I'm talking like the Karma, the Seraphines, these champions that can be useful on low resources and just play towards your bot lane. I think Flo, throughout the regular season, and you could even see when he wasn't there for the Gucci game, you could tell that RT1 was not the same team that they had been throughout the regular split. So with him back, they have a different support, but they should definitely look to play towards that side. I
would completely agree with you. Yeah, did you hear me say Gucci gang, man?
That was
me. That was me. Sorry, I'm trying to find a simple way to tell you without making it less scuff, because we don't talk about last game, okay? Everyone in chat, all right? It's a fresh start. We're not going to see slain by Elder Dragon anymore.
Wait.
Dreadpool, what? Right? Please. Make sure that... Savonix, didn't you see what happened last game?
No.
Every time anything happened, it said slain by an Elder Dragon came up on a streamcast. It was interesting at best, but they are almost getting into Champ Select right now. But on the side of RT1, it's looking like Flo is definitely the player they need to play around. It's looking like the Jinx, the Jinx nerfs right now are definitely affecting this team. Jinx is a very strong hyper carry that can play around, can really carry his team. So RT1 need to find a champion they can put Flo on that he can just absolutely dominate this game in, especially in the team fights.
Yeah, definitely agree. And I mean, maybe one thing that RT1 want to try and explore is putting Rengar on a carry. I think throughout the split and even in playoffs, he's been put on these low resource junglers, and of course that is the meta right now, and understandably so. But I think it's time RT1 maybe try explore something different. I know Rengo is, his name is literally Rengo. He's definitely more capable on carry champions. Being
he may
a
play Rengar.
main.
I've got a sneaking suspicion with these Rengar bans that he may play it.
He might play it. I think if I could guess what champion he mains without knowing him, I would probably guess Rengar, and for no reason. But anyway.
It's all good. But on the side of RT1, it is looking like this Veigar pick is just too powerful against them. It was able to get so much pressure onto them, so many flashes out from the side of RT1 that they just have to ban it. As NME is going to first pick this Victor. This is what they played against, and it's looking like they think it's a strong enough champion to first pick.
Personally, not a fan of the B1 on Victor, because there are a lot of Victor counter picks up, and he is sort of a neutralizing mage. But if he has a rough lane, we saw in that last game, if Victor has a rough lane, it takes a while for him to get to his power spikes. So RT1 unfortunately not going for a big hard counter, just opting for another neutralizing control mage.
Just handshake in the mid lane right now. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. Understandably so. I think Yomi looked very, very off form in that last game. So putting Yomi on something where you can kind of control the lane phase. You don't necessarily need to win it. You are going to focus more on playing towards team fights as they pair up Orianna with MF, which is a fantastic combo.
these team fights are going to be devastating on the side of RT1. We're going to see a big wombo combo coming out for them. They do enjoy the volley bear jungle, so we may expect that with the Oriana ball making a huge counter into this, but we'll have to see if NME is going to pick it away.
I mean, one thing I want to add is, you picked Oriana MF when Braum is open, and with enemy, hovering the Lucian, locking that in on B2, we could probably see a Braum, and Braum Lucian is one of those vintage bot lanes that is known for dominating the lane phase. MF is sort of a lane bully, doesn't go for the Braum, goes for the Nami instead, most likely champion comfort, because, a Braum would genuinely just win.
It would be absolutely disgusting in their team comp. But the Nami is still very strong with the Lucian because of her E. It empowers 3 abilities or auto attacks, and Lucian having his double shot on his passive gives him huge damage. As the Nautilus is locked in right now, what did we say before? We have the wombo combo coming out from the red team run. If Nautilus is able to hit a hook, MF and Oriana are going to just obliterate.
I do really like this Nautilus pick. Lucian is one of the more mobile marksmen, but Nami is definitely not one of the more mobile supports. And picking a champion that can for sure punish that, you throw the Nautilus ult onto Nami, it's most likely going to hit Lucian on the way as well. So fairly strong bot lane coming out from RT1. This is I think this is quite a popular bot lane in the entire league. So RT1 definitely, as we said, they do want to put focus towards bot lane, and they have the tools to do so this game, as we see the Graves ban onto Looney, Kled ban onto Fifi, these are sort of more just respect bans onto the players that play these champions. However, I don't know if RT1's top laner has piloted the Gwen this split. We'll see. And so RT1 now have the pick on red side.
Yes, one pick I do want to talk about is the Ornn ban. Ornn is one of the most disgusting champions in the game. The reason for this is he gets armor and magic resist as the game goes further, just for free, and he also is able to upgrade items for his team right there. So if they get to the late game, it is a very strong front line, which is very hard to kill. And deals, let's just say, an astronomical amount of damage for how tanky he is.
Yeah.
But the pick coming out is the Diana right now from the side of RT.
Yeah, Diana, as we touched on, one more combo. This seems to be, as we said, RT1 want to pick a team comp that is simple to play. At the moment, this is as simple as it gets. It's press R. I really like this Trundle pick, though. Not necessarily into the Diana, but more into the Nautilus. It's something that you can actually block the hooks from if you are fast enough on those pillars. But I'm gonna be interesting to see what NME do to round up this blue side composition. They are sort of lacking any hard engage, and so they go for the Volibear, which is, I don't know who's going to go top and who's going to go jungle between the Freljordian champions here, but
one thing is very interesting, though. You remember how we talked about before that Volibear does get countered by the Trundle there? They maybe wanted the Volibear that badly that they picked the Trundle, and then the Volibear, then they're not able to pick the counter pick. And the last pick will be the Shen, meaning that if they ever try and engage onto this MF or Oriana with the Shen R on top, it's just going to be devastating inside of enemy just run into their doom.
Yeah, and going back to this Trundle Volibear, if anyone has caught the Gucci podcast, a legend of the SLE League, Chi Savage mentioned that SLE has its own. Yeah, what a name, right? What a legend! Honestly, let's take a minute and put some respect on the name of Savage. What a hero! Okay. Anyways, so Trundle and Volibear, as Savage mentioned, SLE has its own meta, its own little meta outside of everyone else. There are pros, the best, the smartest brains in the game, picking certain champions, certain team comps. SLE says, screw that, we have our own sort of playstyle. Trundle and Volibear are the pinnacle SLE picks, and NME going for both of them. It's interesting because RC1 sort of picked another tank into a Trundle. So I know my jungler and Gucci, he absolutely loses his mind whenever he picks Trundle, and the enemy picks more tanks into his Trundle. He genuinely just goes what are they doing? And RT1 seems to have done the same thing here, but I mean, I don't know if this is a comfort thing. I know Shen W blocks auto attacks and Trundle Volibear are both auto attack based champions. So in that sense, it is good. But the Trundle, if he ults the Shen, he will become a little bit of a menace. Or in France, they say menace. No, they don't. They don't.
Are you
do
French?
That. I'm not French.
I was about to say, I didn't think you were, so I was very confused.
I'm very much not French at all, not even close. However, I do appreciate their. Never mind. Anyway,
no. Sorry. Go on. As an Englishman, I would love to hear what you have to say about the French.
They have nice bread. Their bread.
Do you know what? Their
is
French
good.
sticks are very good.
Mm.
I buy them from the local co-op. It's incredible. I do have to say, I was playing D&D the other day. I got myself a nice French stick, got myself some Dutch cheese, some British ham, had some
Wow.
butter with it as well.
Wow.
Full whole entire thing, cut it up, ate with some people, felt incredible.
Hey, someone's getting paid well. That sounds
I'm
like
I'm not. Just the bank account's just a bit low right now.
It's a sacrifice that must be made sometimes. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So the French do have some things good about them.
Yeah, they do. Anyway, do we have any French players in this game?
I don't know the players too well, so I'm not too sure. If anybody in chat does know any French players on either of these teams,
Oh, Dutch cheese. Someone in chat is calling you out for Dutch cheese.
I used to live in the Netherlands, so don't disrespect the Dutch cheese.
Well, what's the opinion on Dutch cheese, chat?
Yeah, be careful what you say. Let me tell you that.
Can we get a Dutch cheese versus French cheese poll going, please? Thank you.
Yes, Dreadful, could you sort this out for us? The most important thing in the game right now. Nobody cares for RT1 versus NME. We care for the cheese war.
We got 3 minutes until the game starts, so Dutch is supreme in every way, not biased. Oof, okay, there's a vote for Dutch cheese.
I mean, I think he's wrong, but... Well, I think he's right. My apologies. He's definitely right.
Oh, his dad works in the cheese... I mean, surely they win now.
I was thinking, right, after the game, how we're meant to get, the winning team to have an interview. Maybe we just get his dad for an interview.
Oh my god, 100%.
Yes, that's the real thing. We just make a whole new podcast. Just call it, the Cheese Wars.
The Cheese Wars.
Yeah.
We'll just bring in some rogue country, Fun fact, Cuba has a selection of cheeses.
Yeah. And then you be sitting down in a room and then they just bring it in one by one. The blindfolds on and everything, so we don't know what country.
Present your strongest cheese.
Yeah, and then 1 mil it goes with.
Yeah, exactly.
We really got go all out on this cheese war.
It's like MasterChef, but we just focus on cheese.
Yeah, we make it a full tournament as well, just like the SLE.
A bracket.
Yeah. It has a winning bracket and everything.
We do a pre-split tier list as well. Who we think is going to perform. Anyway,
we should get back onto the league.
Let's go back to League of Legends. All right. So I want to actually touch on this team composition here. One thing I want to say from RT1, we've touched on how easy it is to execute. We have multiple, delivery systems for the Orianna ult. We have a follow-up combo with the MF ult. Nothing really on enemy to stop this from going through other than the Nami ult, which is if you have one source of counter engage, it needs to be a reliable one. And, the Nami ult, if it comes out early, it comes out too early, then enemy RT1 can definitely punish enemy for that. So I would say RT1 does have the favorable draft in the sense that in this league, usually when the team has a team composition that is easy to execute, they do usually come out on top. And we saw that last game. We touched on how RT1 had a team comp that was very difficult to execute and very difficult to pull off. Certain champions in that comp, required high level mechanics in order to make that work. And enemy, you had champions like Veigar, which is no offense to that champion, but I feel like most people can play it with their eyes closed. And you could see the results prove that if you pick a team comp that is easy to execute, you will most likely come out on top. So that being said, enemy's team comp isn't impossible to execute. It's more the fact that if I think about win conditions, RT1's win condition is a lot easier to do than enemies. So, yeah.
I would completely agree with you there. But enemy by themselves, they do have the Lucian and the Nami, which is a very strong lane by itself. Trundle in the top lane as well can be very strong into the Shen right now as well, allowing him to get huge damage and win the lane anyway. So if they have strong enough laners right now, there is all possibilities that enemy can do this.
That is actually one thing I wanted to say is in terms of lane matchups, I actually would favor enemy. Lucian Nami is just insanely strong in lane. It's very, very powerful to use. You have certain things like the Trundle pillar. Like so the reason why I touched on reliable counter engage is because things like Nami or things like Trundle pillar, they do have to come out at, you know, good. They have to be used effectively. If they're not used effectively, then the RT1 engage will go through and will probably wipe the floor. But if enemy, you know, if this Trundle can pull out a crazy pillar to stop a Nautilus hook on a key target, or to interrupt an MF or to, you know, shove a pillar in the face of Diana when she wants to go in, then you know, you could prove to be a 900 IQ draft going with the Trundle Volibear. So we'll have to see, as there is an invade.
There is a small invade coming out from the side of enemy. It looks like they are just trying to get a ward down, trying to understand where the side of RT1 is starting. The Volibear is in the jungle, and we do have the Trundle in the top lane right now. We are definitely not sorting out the bot lane right now. Don't worry about that. That has always looked the exact same. But do you see in the bottom left, as we have time to talk about it, it's called Twitch Prime. My bank account's a bit dry after buying that French baguette, that Dutch cheese, and the English ham and the beer butter. Twitch Prime is free for you to use if you have Amazon Prime. All you have to do is click on to our side right now, and if you give Twitch Prime, you will pay for my baguette next time, and if I ever see you, I will pay for a baguette for anyone in here. But the game is starting right now. Fabulous has not been spotted yet on the Trundle. He will win the level 1 if he goes in. Shen's Q has just come through, and Fabulous damage is massive right now, allowing him to get a big lead.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit rough for the Shen laning phase, as you won't have time to recall. You probably don't want to blow TP this early. As you see in the mid lane, this matchup, there's a tier star Orianna, which is slightly untraditional, but I guess, oh, never mind. Yeah, that's why you don't start tier yeah, so, as we said, enemies' lanes here are pretty good. You see Yomi taking some pretty bad trades into the Victor. I really do think if enemy get ahead in the early game from either Lucian Nami, and if this Victor is already starting to win trades at level 1, the RT1 will find it difficult. It's one of those things with your one-bar combo. If you're already behind from outside lane phase, you could hit the craziest one-bar combo, but it's going to do like 50 damage on any member you hit. So they don't want to fall too far behind in these lanes. They definitely want to make sure that, you know, when it comes to objective contests, you aren't like just so far behind that anything you do is pointless. So yeah, also resolve for Yomi. This is definitely a neutralizing mentality with this mid lane pick.
That is why we do see the double tier start coming out right now, as Yomi does really understand that maybe he isn't the carry for his team this game, maybe it just isn't his day, but to remember, it is only one game. Yomi can definitely prove himself in this game right now, as there is huge damage coming out from securing, but Ortega with the W shield onto the Nautilus stops a lot of this damage, as MF is just clapping back with the damage.
Yeah, really surprising to see MF winning out in the trades. You know, as strong as Lucian Nami is, like, you do have to remember MF is one of the more oppressive laning ADCs, and we keep panning to this top lane. There seems to be a bit of a duel here.
There is a big duel coming out.
Flash
does come out, but the Q coming out from Fifi Lufa just stops it in its tracks. The small shield coming out really does save him right now. And both junglers did decide to go for a 6 clear camp, but Volibear does get the first scuttle crab, but Diana should be able to grab this ball in one, making it an even trade for both.
I do have to admit that was a bit of a disrespectful flash there. I'm not sure if it was like he doesn't know what Shen does, but that was definitely not, you know, as good as it did look. It was definitely not something where, oh, the taunt comes in. Okay, the wave's too big, so you can't fight. But yeah, you know, Shen is one of those champions where it's like, you do have to understand that he blocks auto attacks, he gets a shield from his Q. So it was a bit of an odd one to flash there, but yeah, I mean, if I'm RT1, you call that Trundle out, no flash and no dashes. If he's going to push up this front lane, you have a taunt, you have Diana, getting kills on Diana is, you know, not a bad thing. So definitely a punishable angle there for RT1, and Shikiaran taking a lot of poke damage from Flo. We touched on Flo being the key focus for RT1. It's gonna be interesting to see if he can pull out a big performance here.
One thing I do want to talk right now about is support. Support is a interesting role. Yeah. It has many times in the game where you're pathing towards somewhere and you can, maybe sit in lane in a bush, gaining pressure, and you don't really have to do too much. You know what? The side of RT1 Ortega is so cocky that he's going to win this game right now, that he is able to talk in chat. He made sure that his ADC picked a tier, made sure that his mid lane picked a tier, so he could, AFK and play as they do land a bubble right now. Flash does come out from the side of MF, and this is the damage that Shakurin can deal on this lane. This is why we see it so much. There is a 2v2 in the mid lane right now. It's looking like Looney has overstepped. Rengar does go in, and the E just isn't fast enough for the Rengar. Or for the, I keep saying Rengar because of his name.
You might as well call him Rengar. Nah, that was very, very well played from the mid jungle of RT1, winning on the 2v2. Diana, Orianna, probably a stronger 2v2, I'd say, in comparison to Victor Volibear, especially when you have no mana. Very interesting from Looney to go for a gank as the shocker comes in. Oh my lord, the solo bowler! I mean, in all fairness, Slavorian was chunked out from the 1v1 on his own. Sorry, not the 1v1, the 2v2, but Power Dive and the RT1 mid jungle coming out big. We saw these guys struggle in the last game. Hey, who knows? Maybe they're trying to get some vengeance over here.
They are showing that they are Division 1 side. They saw last game. They're like, we just woke up, all right? We're on holiday right now. We're not going to try our best. But after losing one game, they knew they had to come back. They knew that they had to really show themselves and show why they're a Division 1 team. And look at this gold graph already. They're already 1.3k ahead, which is massive for them. But it's looking like NME is going to be picking up this Drake right now with the mid and bot lane pushed out.
Yeah, and RT1 thanking the sponsors of today's video, Tear of the Goddess, with their mid ADC running it on the first item. A lot of people can look at, there's a dragon kill. Well, that's
okay,
cool.
And it worked properly this time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. A lot of people would say starting tier is sort of not disrespectful, but it's sort of just like, I'm going to put myself at a disadvantage in terms of damage, in terms of general stats to scale better, which, take a tank, will tank some parts of the lane phase. So it is one of those things where it's like, if you start tier, you have to have some level of confidence or some opinion that you are just better than your opponent. And look at Yomi here. Really showing up, getting that solo kill on the, I mean, I say solo kill, again, would like to touch on the fact that, this Victor had no mana and was chunked already, but nonetheless, really good eye to go for that tower dive and get the kill. So with this tier start on both, and the fact that, we've seen bot lane Lucian losing out in the trades, and Victor is, sort of behind Shockwave going in, is this a solo kill?
This is huge damage coming outside from Yomi right now. He is definitely performing better in the second game right now. He has also got a farm lead in the mid lane and the bot lane right now, and Shen has ticked over to level 6. We did see Rengo trying to look for something on the Diana, trying to see if he could get anything onto the Victor, but seeing that Nami with a good roam timer, he just isn't able to do anything. This is huge damage coming out. There is also the ult from the tower as well, but Rengo just has just enough HP to keep up. But take a look at Looney right now. Looney. It's 2v1 right now. He does have ultimate to escape. He's looking like he's just going to walk out from this river.
Looney going a bit unpunished. I thought that was a very interesting overextension, as there's more top lane trades here.
Fabiola has just got the wave just out the side of the tower of the Shen, meaning that you really just can't fight the Shen too much. Shen can just quite happily keep a freeze here, stop you from fighting him, and just farm up and use his ultimate whenever his team needs him. He really is trying to play weak side to the best of his ability.
Yeah, he is. An interesting thing about that trade there was I thought, Shen was sort of looking like he was winning that and then just stopped auto-attacking him. Nonetheless, yeah, like you said, Shen is a fantastic neutralizer. It does seem like RT1 have kept in mind that we should pick neutralizing laners whilst keeping in mind a one-more combo for the team fights. And, I would say they've done that really well with this team composition. That being said, NME, you can see that they still have Dissolution Army, which is still strong and something that you need to respect. Yomi actually low somehow.
Yep. Yomi did take the blue buff. Ultimate is
Lumi.
out, coming from the side of enemy, and it's going to be one dead volley bear. But we do see the jungle support up here right now for the side of RT1. Ortega is super low right now. Rengar, he does have another jump if he wants to get there right now. So much damage coming out, and this is one huge jungler as the ultimate does come out right now. Flow clears the way just in time. Makes the enemy isn't able to dive him.
Ortega roaming up to the mid lane to get a punish on this enemy overextension. I was initially going to think, I was initially saying, Yomi, this much resource, this much help from the Diana, getting, caught out like that, getting chunked by the Victor is, not really supposed to be happening when you get played through, but, good punish from RT1 on the overextension from enemy there. We saw Looney go deep under the turret. Yes, he had the volley barrel, but with his Diana looking really strong. 3-0. We've seen Dianas go with Balmy Cinder sort of items, and I really hope that Rengo runs with a full damage composition here, because it would be fun to see this Diana just pop people in the back line.
Rengo is looking for this top lane right now. He is 3-0. He is really showing that if you put him onto a carry type champion, he can do something.
Yeah.
So it's good to see him on something a little bit more carry oriented. It's looking like Looney does understand that they do want to use a Rift Herald top lane and is hovering, but it's looking like RT1 does know about this and is backing off.
Yeah, I think RT1 moving forward in the rest of this game, you can kind of take it slow. It's not like your scaling is poor. I would say this Victor probably outscales most people on RT1, but you can take this game slow if you go towards and focus on objective fights. If you are to take one now, RT1 are favored just based on the gold lead. We see XP per player on the stat there.
Yomi is really
ahead,
showing up right now. He's showing up with the highest amount of XP in the game right now, followed by Rengar and Fifi Luffy. It's looking like these solo laners and jungle are just doing so well on the side of RT1. There is a small engage coming out from NME Fabio, but the dash coming out from the Shen is just able to keep him safe.
Yeah, one thing I do want to point out as well, Misfortune, in that small little phase we had where there was a lot of mid lane fights, was left alone by the Nautilus and went unpunished. We saw an attempt from enemy to use the tidal wave to tower dive from Misfortune. She just cleared the wave, played safe, really smart play from Flo to go unpunished and even stay even on farm. So very impressive from RT1. They look like a completely different team in this game. So I think, RT1.
They did use the Rift Herald in the mid lane, getting themselves so close to getting the first tower there as they are trying to look for this dragon right now. It is a 4 versus 4 as both top laners can TP down if they want. Shen does not have ult or does have ultimate right now, but it's looking like both teams are going to be trying to back off this right now. It's looking like maybe blue side are going for this. It's just a little bit of trying to get a bit of poke off, trying to see where the enemy team is, as enemy is going into the river right now and starting up Drake.
Yeah, I mean, somehow RT1 reset when they had Drake control, which means enemy get Drake control now. And
Rengo's got ult on him right now. Is he trying anything? He does have ult, but nope, it's looking like nothing's coming out, as well as top lane will be again stopped by the pillar from the side of Fabio.
Oh, interesting. So RT1 had control of the dragon area and give it up. I didn't exactly see how that happened, but enemy with 2 Drakes in the pocket, despite being behind in this current phase, might be a win condition for them to go for the Dragon Soul. What soul is it? Is it Mountain Drake?
It will be...
it's Infernal.
Yes,
it's Infernal.
It will be an Infernal Drake, as we do see the map changing around that right now. One thing I'm quite disappointed in is the side of RT1. They have a team fighting comp. This is the thing they are good at. There is an engage right now onto Rengar right now. Huge damage is coming out from both sides. And the flash comes out from Looney, and both junglers barely escape. Shakuran isn't having enough right now, as Ortega is taken down. Looking like he's looking at the stream a little bit too much for his own liking.
Yeah, the MF ult was really off target there. I think it didn't really catch anyone, wasn't really zoning anyone either. And RT1 get punished. They just get the kill on Ortega, but Lucian Nami, you just need 1 kill and you can pop off in the entire game. Especially with that Infernal Soul in mind. They are 2 Drakes up. RT1, bit of an overstep.
Has really been reading.
Yeah,
Like-
Looney has been reading the plays. I think there's a bit of backstory with these two junglers here. Rengo still having the lead, and you can see the goal difference. RT1 is still, in control of this game, but they keep making mistakes like that, and if enemy are able to punish it, enemy could get back into this game and really contest with Drake Souls.
Rebelo is out of position right now. Beautiful dodge allowing him to get out right now. The flash as well. The ultimate is still on for Rengo, but he knows that he isn't able to get the kill. But they do get the ultimate on out of the top laner from the side of enemy.
Yeah, flash down from the Trundle, so definitely a good gank. If I feel like if Diana had the ultimate there, that was probably a dead troll.
We do see the whole breaker finished, and we do see level 11 ticking over from the side of Yomi right now.
Yeah, my eyes are gonna be towards Yomi. If she can land a mad shockwave in the team fight, that's probably gonna be a big sweep in any scenario. So, but if I'm RT1, you really gotta start paying attention to these Drakes. Lucian, Nami, Victor with an Infernal Soul and a Trundle to add to that. It's not something you want to deal with. Especially since, your sort of frontliners are Shen and Nautilus, and bearing in mind...
Nami, take a look. Nami's in a little bit of no man's land. We could try and see something right now. Shockwave is coming in right now. Rengo does not have flash anymore, and it's looking like one flash is coming out from the Nami, but Nami will barely survive. But what I want to talk about, though, is a lot of these champions are finally ticking over to their first items. Except for the Volley Bear and the support right now, everyone has their first items complete.
Yeah.
There is a big fight coming into the mid lane right now, but the Shen R does come out. They are looking for the mid lane of enemy right now. He is locked up, and that is one dead Victor. On one item, he just can't deal enough damage to burst anyone.
Yo, the confidence from this Orianna, I love that. Knowing that you get the backup from your Shen, you just flash forward and get a guaranteed taunt on the Victor with, I don't know if he had flash before the taunt, but I mean, he has no flash now, so, yeah, huge. I'm loving the way Yomi's operating this Orianna here. We said in the draft this was a neutralizing pick, but she wants to carry the game, so...
She's doing very well at doing that right now. Febelo has got first tower in the top lane right now. With the Shen ulting away, he was able to get a free lane for himself to do that. We do have 1 minute up until next Drake is here, and enemy are trying to get vision for this right now, trying to get the third Drake, and it could really be a big win con. If they're able to get this Infernal Drake, they will be able to get huge fights off and maybe even win them against the team fighting comp.
Yeah, as I said, you don't want to give an Infernal Soul to a Lucian, but I can't help but admit that if RT1 engage in a fight with enemy, it's going to be really hard for enemy to pull off a miracle. This Orianna, yeah, the Rift Tower getting started, but I'm going to see if RT1 will respond. It doesn't look like it, as they're probably going to, direct their attention towards this dragon. They have sent 3 for this Rift Herald, so Drake most likely going to RT1.
RT1 is in the better position right now. They are also getting his bot lane tower. Fabelo is respected right now. Fifi does have flash, and he flashes straight onto him. He has no flash on the side of Victor, and that is one dead carry. But they are in no man's land right now. The Nami R comes out, stunning them up right now. Dim Sum barely dodges the side of Ortega's hook, as that is going to be a dead top for mid. It was looking so good from the side of RT1, but after that, they just got collapsed on by enemy. We still have the ultimate onto the Volley Bear right now, so he can engage if he wants, but he doesn't have anything to really engage without.
The frustrating part about a play like that is the information from the enemy as MFL comes out.
Coming out from MF, does get stunned by Dim Sum. They are looking for the fight. Ortega does have flash, but we do see Fabelo have a lot of speed. The ultimate does comes out from Looney as well, and that is soul point from the side of enemy.
Soul point out of nothing. RT1, that is very poor macro here, I would say, from the side of RT1. You had the information that they were coming out from Herald, and you go deep into the jungle when you're the team with the lead, meaning when you have a lead, you're almost inviting the enemy team to walk into you to be like, come on, fight us. But instead, RT1 overstepped, tried to make a proactive play, get caught in the enemy jungle due to the lack of numbers, when all they had to do was just try and set up for a fight, because when you're this far ahead, when your Orianna's this far ahead of Victor, when your Diana's that far ahead of Volibear, you should just naturally win a team fight. So very unnecessary pick to go on the Victor, I mean, especially considering he's probably the least of anyone's concern in this game, being 1 and 4. So bit of an overstep, and that is soul point for enemy. being this behind, which is absolutely shocking to me. But RT1, I would say, still in control. They just need to focus on getting a fight as opposed to looking for picks in the jungle.
So the thing we talked about was one-bar combo. This is the
Yeah.
thing that RT1 is very, very good at, as they do look for Psyche in the mid lane right now. They are out of position. Dim Sum and Looney are nowhere in sight of their base right now, and it's going to be one dead support on the side of enemy. Baron is going to be spawning in 30 seconds. We'll have to see if they're going to do anything with that. But what I want to talk about was RT1. We know that they are good at allowing themselves to get these, one-bar combos off, but they haven't done any this game. They did a small one onto Slaveron. They were able to get one pick, but if you're doing it on the weakest player, the one-bar combo, the rest of your team just doesn't have damage anymore. You're just going to lose the team fight from there.
Yeah, I think on top of that, they did it so far into enemy's jungle that, I mean, regardless of what enemy were, you were gonna get collapsed on. The amount of time that they had to close in on Rengo and Fifi there was insanity. And the Herald gets caught in the
Rengo right
middle.
now. Rengo is in a good position. Ultimate as well. Rengo does have double man ultimate right now. That is a 2 down from the side of enemy, and they have to run right now as strong as they can. And that could be Baron to the side of RT1. They have completely changed the pace of this game. They've had enough of not getting these one-bar combos off, and they were finally able to get something.
Yeah.
It's seeming like they really are listening to me, huh?
Oh god.
It's looking like there will be no stopping. It's just TP to another TP into the bot lane.
Oh, okay, that was a bit messy, but good catch nonetheless from RT1 on the mid lane. Weird teleport systems that
We don't talk about it. But it does look like the Baron is going over to the side of RT1. They are in the driver's seat right now for the next 3 minutes. They will have it up for this dragon right now, so the enemy does have to try and steal this one.
Yeah, no Santorin moments from Rengo there as he secures the Baron for RT1 with, I mean, they'll have a Baron buff for the duration of when this Infernal Drake spawns, and they definitely need to secure that to stop enemy from getting back into this game. Going to be interesting to see how RT1 approach this Baron buff.
The item difference in both of these teams is massive right now. We see Diana 2 items, we see Orianna, MF both on 2 items, and it finished the first item for the Nautilus. Well, on the side of enemy, no one on their team has got their second item yet.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, if this Diana just lands combo onto minimum 2 people, that's just probably a team fight one for RT1.
10k gold. Well, that's almost 3k gold more than anyone else, as there is a fight in the top lane right now. This is what Fabula wants. This is what, like, a long extended fight is everything he needs. Shen is going to have QW up very, very soon. Is he going to escape? It's looking like everything just barely came up in time. As they do kill Slaveron yet again. It's looking like Slaveron's, it's not his game this game.
No, it seems like Victor is a bit of a cursed champion in this series. As this is the second time that Victor is sort of running it down. But
tactically intin, we'll call it that.
Yeah, well, let's not use that word. I mean, in all fairness, Yomi has been playing incredibly this game. This is easily Yomi's best game I have seen, and what a time to have it in the, on the death. If you lose this game, you're out of playoffs. So what a perfect time to really show up for your team here, especially Rengo as well. We've seen this guy pilot a lot of low eco junglers. This time he says, "Give me the Diana," the Lord Rengo says. And look at him, 5-1. We saw a 10k gold lead. The next in line was 8k. So he's really far ahead as this soul point has spawned.
RT1 is looking in position to take this game. But remember, this is soul point for enemy. If they steal this right now, they will be getting the Infernal Soul, making them have a big opportunity to win this game. They are trying to get in through this bot side right now, as RT1 is pushing it up to the top lane. Shen is slightly out of position right now, but he is so tanky, he can't be the one you engage on. Looney and Slaveron are in the pit right now. This is really bad for them. Who's going to get it? Who's going to smite it down? And it goes over to the side of RT1 as the fight breaks out right now. That is 1 dead, 2 dead, and it's looking like enemy is getting wiped right now. But Fabulo, he is doing big things for his team. They're trying to kite him out. The Nami just isn't there to help it. As it's going to be a 4-4-3 to the side of RT1 as they barely take the Drake. That was too close from the side of RT1.
I don't know what happened with the smites, but neither junglers secure it. Almost as if like they're too busy hating each other on Discord. So Flo just gets
they're just DMing each other right now.
They're just DMing each other. Like, I bet you can't smite this string. It's like, what'd you say to me?
Yeah,
Flo...
he's just like, well, I can smite it this time. I swear.
Yeah. So Flo secures the Drake with the MF ult, and RT1 fight back in terms of the dragon takes, and the fight was surprisingly close considering how far ahead RT1 was. You know, the start of that fight looked good. They used the one-more combo effectively. They took out the carries from enemy. But this Trundle, did you see Fabiolo?
Hey, Fabiolo, he was showing up for his team. He may not be able to kill a Shen, but we can see him kill the rest of the team. If they're squishy right now, Fabiolo, if he gets on you, he's like a menace.
I mean, big things. You see, like, I feel like a lot of that is just stats from these Drakes that enemy have gotten, which is what made that fight close. So, you know, as much as RT1 is ahead, the pressure is on them. They can't give this Drake up. They took the Baron. They did fantastic in that sense. You know, next time round, are they going to be able to secure a Baron to make sure that they get the Drake again? If not, enemy in a good spot to win this game, I feel.
We did say that Flo is the rock. He is the one to keep his team alive. And he was the one to keep his team alive in that. He was able to barely secure it for his team, but he was able to do it.
Yes.
This is one of the reasons RT1 is considered one of the strongest teams in here, is because they do have the consistency from a few of their players who you will know are going to perform. As both teams are trying to do something. Stefan has been caught out again. Stefan, I don't think he's able to escape this one. He's trying to deal as much damage, and just look at that. He can't even deal half the HP of Yuumi right now.
Yeah, I want to point this out because this is a common theme in SLE is, you know, blind picking Victor as if he's this like uncounterable Demon King in the mid lane, which is...
I think he's counterable after this series.
He's for sure counterable, as we can see from a little magician and some robot lady with a massive ball. So, yeah, you know, 1-7 in a playoff game. That is unique for sure.
Fabiolo, is he looking? I don't know. Saying that name just brings me joy.
Fabiolo, what a name. I think...
You know football, right? You know whenever they score a goal, they're like, Golasso! I feel like that. I'm like, Fabiolo!
Do you know the famous video of Messi?
Yes.
Messi. Agra Messi. Well, we need to come up with something for Fabiolo. Anyway.
Fabiolo! Something like that.
Exactly.
Can have some fun with it. But we do see RT1 is trying to clear out all the wards from enemy right now, as Baron will be spawned in the next 10 seconds. RT1 did secure the last Baron, so we'll have to see if they're able to redo it right now. As Fifi Lufa is waiting for Fabiolo in the bot lane right now.
Yeah, well, hey, I actually wanted to point this out that, you know, enemy approaching this Baron steal, it's almost like impossible to do it. You see RT1 have control of the mid wave, so they're going to be able to enter through the topside river. And you have, but from the side of enemy, you have this Trundle just constantly pressuring this Shen, who is struggling to deal with the pressure. You got the Hull Breaker. You can definitely interrupt the Shen. It's almost like Fifi Lufa. If he wants to, you know, protect his teammates, he needs to, you know, run to Africa in order to do so.
Look at that
big train.
Damage coming out from Fabiolo. But Fifi Lufa has gone over to level 16. I said his name normally, man, and you're laughing at it. All right. It's the something about my British accent that's just making it funny.
No. It's more just the anticipation to see if you're going to say his name differently. You know?
So I just say it differently every single time.
No. Okay, as we see, there's approach for the Baron contest. Oh, look at Fabiolo.
Just what a man. Look at that Trundle. Whack that tower. Absolutely incredible. Drake is also coming up in 30 seconds, so we should expect both teams to try and go over right there. We do see a TP coming out from Yomi right now, trying to look for Fabiolo in the bot lane right now.
Ooh.
He is caught out. It's 3 versus 1 right now. Yuumi does have the ultimate. He could be out of position, but the Blast Cone... Oh, and the Blast Cone does keep him safe. But this is very bad from the side of RT1. Drake's up in the next 5 seconds, and enemy are closer towards them. And it's looking like they could burst this down if they want to, but it's like they haven't decided this. This is a big team fight for both teams. Who wins this could decide the game right now. RT1 Flow, he does have a big ultimate. The Nami ult does come out. Huge damage coming out. Rengo isn't able to kill anyone right now. The ult does come out from the MF, able to chunk out a few people. But NME, they have so much damage in the team right now. Dinsum is running for the hill to Sniper and is able to get huge damage. When he gets that 2-item spike, it's so powerful. As Fabiolo is trying to run down the rest of the team. He's been trying to kill the Shen for the whole entire game. And it's looking like he still just isn't able to. And that is a massive win for the side of NME. That's going to be a Drake over to them. And this has really swifted the game into allowing NME to almost win this.
Oh, that's going to be the infernal sum for NME. What a poorly executed team fight from RT1. That was, like, probably one of the worst team fights I have seen in SLE. You just had, it was all over the place. We're talking about a team composition that is literally, you know, everyone press R together. And it was like no one pressed R together. It was all over the place. We saw Rengo trying to get onto, you know, 2 people heading towards the mid side, and Yomi was caught in the middle of a fight, like sort of position front line. You know, Flo casted the MF ultimate, sort of just like not really hitting anything. Now NME's got that Infernal Soul, like...
Savonix, guess what? This is what League of Legends is about. This is why everybody watches this game. You never expect, you know, a Division 2 team to defeat a Division 1 team. They look like they have the weaker team comp. They look like they shouldn't be able to do this because they came from Division 2. But they are proving themselves. They won the first game. And they are in a position where they can win this second game. Baron is coming up soon. It's looking like everybody is hitting their item spikes right now. Many players are at the level 16 mark. Rengo is 1 tick away from level 16. He could be huge in these fights. So many of these players can carry this. It all comes down to mechanical skill. Are they able to get the wombo combo? Or is NME able to just outplay them, outmaneuver them into a position? As we do see Fabiolo and Fifi Luther still fighting in spot lane. They just aren't stopping. As he is going under tower. And just look at Fabiolo in this bot lane. He is putting his team on his back. He is making sure that if they're getting this Baron, he is going to be getting their base. As they are trying to stop him right now. There isn't a lot of poke on the side of NME. What they have is that as they do get the bot lane tower, a fight is trying to break out. Looney is going in. Yumi does have stopwatch to help him right now. The Shenar is coming out and it's looking like it's changing over. It's looking like the side of RT1 is trying to win this. Fabiolo does come in slightly late. He does he does get another kill, but he just can't do anything. And RT1 will secure this Baron. What a close fight from both.
I thought Yomi was caught out, but a fantastic Zhonya's from the Orianna keeps her alive, and the fight goes towards the side of RT1. Infernal Soul for NME, but I think mispositioning from the Victor for sure, and the lack of punishment on the mispositioning from RT1, meaning Diana jumped in.
Wait, they are still contesting this right now. Shirokun is very, very low. Any damage onto him, he is going to die here. And it's looking like Baron does go over to RT1. Rift Herald is up for 3 minutes 30, and the Baron is going to last for 3 minutes itself. So it won't be up for that. So NME is going to try and push out this mid wave, try and maybe even get this mid lane tower, get as much gold as possible. Remember, as the game goes further on, gold means less. It's all about how these players go against each other. All players are probably very nervous right now. They are trying their hardest. If RT1 lose this game, this is going to be one of the biggest upsets ever made in SLE history.
Yeah, it will be. And, you know, off the back of what just happened there, I actually want to point out quite a important sort of aspect of gameplay is before these objectives, if your waves are bad, that objective is sort of neutralized. We see the waves were really poor for RT1. You lost the inhibitor on bot side. Your mid wave was not. You did not have priority in mid lane, so they lose inhibitor and mid turret. So this
that is Victor damage. That is Victor damage. This is why players want the Victor onto their team right now. We were saying that he wasn't having the best early game, but Victor late game is just able to do so much for his team. He's at 3 items right now. And just look at the burst damage he can do. And it's looking like they are just trying to clear these waves. This is all the side of NME needs to do. They still have all of their second tier towers up right now. It's looking like mid lane is about to fall as Fabiolo. He's just doing so much for his team right now, trying to get so much. This Shen just can't do anything against this Trundle.
Yeah, as Savage said, oh, there's a
Ult does come out from Dinsum. It does knock up Yomi right now. Volibear does go in. It's a 4v4 right now. The Shen ult does come in. Remember, Fabiolo isn't with him right now. Fabiolo does stop it. And it's looking like that is just a lost fight from the side of enemy. Luckily, Slaveron is back up as there is another fight in the top lane. Fabiolo, he is trying to take this game into his hands. We do see a redemption come out right now. Fabiolo is still going out. Slaveron does get another kill. He gets a massive bubble. Dimsum did absolutely insane things for his team. And we have to see if Fabiolo's going to try and go for a win right now. Remember, Yomi has not reset right now. They are trying to stop the reset. It's all onto Fabiolo. We keep talking about this player, and for good reason, as Dimsum does die right now, but he does have the Empower recalls, and it's looking like 2 inhibitors are going down from the side of RT1.
Okay, so as we can see, this Victor is online with that Infernal Soul.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
He is doing absolutely ridiculous damage, and this is what I said, RT1, you cannot give this Infernal Soul to these champions, because it doesn't matter how far you put them behind, they're back in the game instantly. We see this Trundle, as Mikas had pointed out in the Good Chi podcast. Head over to Good Chi Gaming YouTube channel to check that out.
Just a plug.
Like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button. No, seriously. Nick has pointed out, SLE has its own little meta, and Trundle is that champion in its own little meta. As we can see here, he's not really, he's just chilling in the top lane. He's playing his own game. And
hear me out. Is Trundle the meta, or is Fabiolo the meta?
You know what? I'm going to say it's Trundle and Fabiolo, and so by combining the two, you get the ultimate warrior, you get the hero, the savior of the universe. Is
that just like a French baguette with Dutch ham or Dutch cheese? The ultimate duo. Okay, we do have to take this seriously. This could be the final fight. Looney is looking like he has been massively chunked out. A huge ult coming out from RT1 Flow. That is one dead support from the side of Ortega. It does get bursted down from Slukin. It is a absolutely messy fight right now. One down from enemy, one down from Rengo. Fabiolo from the side. Fabiolo, he is trying to look for side. Look how tanky this player is right now. He's trying to take his team on the back of his back. Savioan, he is up right now. Looney does get a flash stun onto him right now. And Yomi, he has just used his Sonias. He is still up right now. Remember, Slavion is massive right now. And it looks like this is all NME. All we have left is flow up from the side of RT1. It's all up to this play. We keep saying that he is the rock for his team, but he is just not able to do enough for his team. He had a massive ultimate in this fight, and it depends if he's able to stop Fabiolo. Is he able to stop the demons, the player, and, you know, the champion that has really brung down this thing? Ortega is alive as well right now. It's looking like Elder Dragon is going over to NME.
I cannot believe this is happening.
What a game. Actually, what a game.
I cannot believe this is a Division 2 team up against the Division 1 second seed, by the way, from regular season. In the regular season, RT1 was seeded the second best team from Division 1. Enemy didn't even win Division 2 if I'm not mistaken, because that was runtime. So what does that say about the gap between Division 2 and Division 1? Is it not as big as we thought? Like, this is such a fantastic showing from Enemy, and I'm really impressed. Especially, I want to give some credit to Slavomir in here, because that laning phase was rough. Last time I checked, this guy was 1-7. He's now 8-8. He is really carrying these team fights. He's doing so much damage, albeit on the back of this Infernal Drake. But nonetheless, you know, if you're the Orianna here, you can't help but feel, why is this Victor more useful than I am?
Now, Symphonics. They are barreling down this mid lane. Yeah. Elder Dragon is on them. I was voted 41 to win this, but through this game, Enemy have proven how much they deserve, how much they have been working hard to get to this. Will we see Enemy, the Division 2 side, taking down the second place team in Division 1? We do have to see. We do have another minion wave coming into the mid lane right now. They are trying to get Poco. Remember, RT1 does have a big wombo combo and a lot of wave clear right now. They're just trying to allow this Elder buff to finish off. They have about 50 seconds left on this Elder Dragon, so we have to see if they do anything. Remember, Baron is up right now, so they will be able to secure the Baron if they like. If RT1 tries to contest this and they get a fight, they will maybe lose the game off it.
Yeah, and as I said, the waves are really bad for RT1 here. You're gonna have, like, you know, super minion wave pushing into the top, which
Rengo has smite, remember this?
Yeah, Rengo does have smite here. They're not gonna contest, they're just gonna handshake it over.
Remember, Elder buff is 30 seconds off. They aren't able to finish in the next 30 seconds, so they need to look for a fight. If they're not able to find one, RT1 can definitely win a team fight right now. But Enemy, they just seem so much stronger in these fights.
Do want to point out good restraint from Ringo, because even if you do steal that Baron, you're gonna have to end up with a 45 in the base against Elder Drake. So, you know, they're just gonna have to deal with the Baron buff and the Elder Soul. Fabiola, look at him.
Oh, what a beautiful man. Flo did use his ultimate to clear the wave in the mid lane, not allowing them to get the third inhibitor. This does mean that his ult isn't up for the next fight, which is massive, as there is a small engage on the bot lane. But it's looking like both players do not want the full fight and are going to disengage. Fabiolo is on the side trying to give as much pressure to his mid lane as possible, as Flo and Yuumi are trying to stop them from getting this mid lane tower. The ult is coming out from Dim Sum to allow them to get the mid lane tower, and it's looking like third inhib. Fabiolo does try and go in, but flashes out right now. Going in massively from the side, but it's looking like Looney was just fully on his own. Fabiolo, he is getting stunned up right now. But look at the healing he is doing. Massive ultimate coming out from Mengo right now. Chunking out so many players from the side of Enemy, but it's looking like it just isn't enough right now, as one inhibitor is down. If they're able to get all three inhibitors, they can just allow the minions to do the rest. But they are so low. Shakir, and he is looking for it right now, but Fufi Lufa does flash onto him right now. Flo is right behind him, and Fufi Lufa is able to get this forward. Is he able to do enough? The ultimate is back up, allowing Fufi Lufa to get out. And this is one scrappy fight for both teams.
Both
teams just want to win.
I want to point out Rengar with a beautiful move. Like, what's the spell called? Beautiful Diana ultimate there, but you know, I'm seeing Yomi with a Orianna ultimate available, so that was a one team fight had the follow-up been there. So a little bit unfortunate from RT1, but they do hold off the onslaught coming from Enemy, as the fight, as you said, very, very scrappy. The outcome of that was a low health inhib on bot and a taken down inhib on mid. So he's going to have a bit of a dead spell probably for about 2 minutes, as Elder Drake is spawning within that time period, and it's going to be a lot of wave clearing. They're going to have mid pressure with these super minions, and you know, if you're RT1, you're gonna want to try and think about that one word combo. As we said, this is a simple one word combo. You put the ball in Diana. If she gets another engage like that, and you actually press the ultimate, surely a one team fight there. So Rengar is gonna have to look for that one again and hope that the follow up is there next time round. But I do have to say, that was a beautiful Diana ultimate there.
There is no flash onto the Victor right now, so he is a big target that they can focus into this fight. While there is a flash on every other carry for both teams, so we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, I don't expect much happening before this Elder Drake spawn, because I mean, if anything does happen, then it's a guaranteed Elder buff for the other team.
Baron has just finished right now. Fabiolo has been such a menace from the side of RT1 on the side lane right now. He has been doing so much. If he's able to get these two inhibitors, it's going to be a done game right now. Remember, Elder Dragon isn't up for another 40 seconds. Fabiola has 40 seconds in the base to do whatever he can, and he is getting so much damage. Rengo is looking for an engage. A massive flash comes out from the side of Looney right now to stop Rengo from doing anything. Now they don't have any real engage right now, so it's all down to them right now. Fabiolo in the back door. He's trying to get the back door. He is trying to get a TP in the bot lane, and Fabiolo has done it for his team. He has made the Division 2 side to win this. Fabiolo, the player we have talked about so much, and the reason they won this. SLE, is it Fabiolo or is it
Messi Lord himself? We compared this man to Messi, and Fabiolo has just scored the goal to send Enemy into the next round of playoffs and send RT1 packing, because my god, this trundle was beautiful.
I need a second. I need a second.
Crazy.
Take a breath, good sir.
Can we just take a minute to realize that a Division 2 team just clean swept RT1 out of playoffs?
But RT1 did have a good showing in the second game. They were so close to taking it, but just the side of Enemy, they were slowly crawling their way back up, slowly getting there to where they wanted.
Yeah, respects to RT1 for the effort, but at the same time, if you have an early game like that, you are expected to close out the game. You aren't expected to give away Drakes that simply, and you aren't expected for a 1-7 victor to just randomly be.
I know. He just starts
significantly-
killing everything.
Yeah, he's significantly more useful than everyone else in the game, which is very, very odd. But big shout out to NME. Big shout out to the man himself, Fabio Lolo. I really hope we get an interview.
Oh, we better after everything, right?
And if Fabiolo is not in this
But
interview, I'm
we
I'm
do
leaving.
also have to do something as well. Dreadpool, I'm guessing you're going to be setting it up. We aren't the ones to decide who really comes in here. It's really up to you guys, as a few players have come in here as well. Hello everyone, how are you doing?
Hello, guys. How are we doing?
Oh my lord.
A pleasure to cast, my man.
Guys, can we take a moment to appreciate the Lord, the Savior, Mr. Fabiolo in the top lane?
Thank
I
you.
wanna ask you a question straight away. Is it true that when you look at grass, you dare the grass to grow itself instead of having to cut it?
Yes, I also, you know the phrase when they say you stare into the abyss and the abyss
Yeah.
stare back. The abyss stares into me first.
What a knowledgeable man.
Look at this man! Like there's no way this guy isn't sent from the heavens themselves. But no, all jokes aside, guys, really big congratulations on
guys.
your win. Yeah, really, really good job.
I
Huge
want
win.
I want first, before no more shit talk wherever. I just want to say good jit to RT1. Was a good game. They could have won any other time of the week maybe, but we just were the better team today. So
Yeah, I mean,
big up
first
to
of
them.
all,
He's
Yeah.
humble as well.
so humble. Oh man.
I'm gonna
this-
blush.
I'm really feeling something right now. Anyway, Mr. Fabiolo, talk to me. Going into this game, you put yourself on the trundle. What was your thoughts going into the Shen matchup, and halfway through the game, what gave you the confidence to just keep pressuring that top side?
Honestly, we went into a split push comp,
Yep.
like we usually do, both games. One was on the Trinomir, second was obviously on the Trundle.
Yep.
I'm very comfortable into tank matchups. Like I think Trundle is just very strong, even though he's out of the meta, quote unquote. But I think
Yeah.
he's very strong and can just run over. Breaker is just broken. Wherever people say Breaker is broken.
Well, that's definitely for sure. And Looney, I have a question for you. There was a lot of back and forth between you and Rengo before the series. How does it feel to come out on top with your team?
I don't know if I came out on top in game 2. I turboed down mid lane when my mid laner asked me to push it in. I mean, he's inted me enough, right? So it's my turn to in him.
Oh god.
But he wanted me to turn up at his red buff at 2 minutes 42, and he came to mine and fucked me in game 1 as well. So good job to him, I guess.
All right. Well, you sort of just flamed yourself instead of getting hyped. But I mean, is that it? Do you have any questions for these guys?
I don't really have too many questions. I just want to ask, how do you guys feel taking down a Division 1 side?
Look, there's no difference between the top 2, maybe 3 teams of Division 2 and the whole of Div 1. Maybe the top of Div 1 are a bit more ahead, but we were only in Div 2 because of one best of 1. So are we going to say that that's like creating a gap? Nah, we're just showing that.
And now, because I think she talking after game is small dick energy, let's see how we go against Vitagen, and we're gonna smash him again.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
I'll see Dutch at his red buff at 2 minutes 42. Okay.
God. I was gonna ask actually. So with this win, you're gonna be up against Vitagen in the next game, and for you two, you guys are the top side of NME. What are your thoughts going into the top side of Vitagen, as they are one of the strongest in the league?
Honestly,
Dutch win game, easy.
honestly, without shit talking wherever, I hope we win. I hope it's a good game, a good show for everyone again. But we're gonna win. So.
Okay, but is this man Jesus? God. Right.
He must be.
He must be Jesus.
Stop playing Messiah.
But yes, so guys, again, congratulations. Huge win for you guys. Do you have any closing statements to say before we close this out?
Again, congratulations.
Kim Jong Fabio.
Oh my god. That meme needs to die, man. Like, for context, I was playing Fiora, and I went in a 1v3. I tried
Yeah.
12 play, and they start calling me Chinese, and I hinted. Because I start laughing.
Oh, well, you definitely looked Chinese in this game as you sort of get the top lane.
Nah, no such thing, no such thing.
Oh wow, so
I was
humble.
just, I was just
Self-esteem.
better. I was just
Oh,
better on the day. It's fine.
Okay. So
Okay.
I guess we'll Savonix, I guess we'll go clean up house now. We'll finish off the stream.
Yeah, we'll finish off the stream. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you
having
guys
us.
for coming. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
It's all good. Now, Savonix, you and me, man. What a day, huh? What a day. Coming in
What a day.
with some of the most scuffed stuff. But you know what? We finished on a good note. We finished on an absolutely
Yeah.
incredible day. Now,
Yeah.
I want to say thank you to everybody who's watched SLE. I hope you guys had at least half the fun I had. This is why we do this, because games like this, players like this, who, you know, even though we have a bit of fun with it, everybody played incredibly well, and it was an absolute blastercast. I have been one of your hosts, Zapdos. We have Dreadpool in the back, who has been an absolute gem. He sorted out everything behind the scenes. Could not do it without him. And we have Savonix as well. Do you have any other words to say?
I mean, the only thing I gotta say is like, where do I get a Fabiola autograph? Because I need one ASAP. Honestly.
Completely agree.
Oh, sub. Oh, to
Thank
Fabiola.
you.
Of course, he deserves the sub. Look at this man.
Okay, all right. So thank you everybody for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you would care to Twitch Prime, would be an absolute joy, but you do not have to. We will be back, Dreadpool. Could you tell me when? Okay, we will be back on Monday or Wednesday for, is it the finals or the semi-finals?
I think
Okay.
it's my boys. Yeah.
Yes, we will be
My
with
boys
a
against Evo.
semi-finals of Gucci Gaming versus Emo. It is a must-watch game. You're saying about how good these two teams were and how close it was. There may be no Fabiolo, but there are 10 other talented and beautiful players you have to watch there. So we will see you on Monday or Wednesday. It will be in chat somewhere in the Discord. I'm not too sure. But we will see you guys later. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Sleep well.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty.